College, all dignitaries on and off the dais. It is with immense pleasure and privilege that we are going to conduct the valedictory session of the 16th All India National Moot Court Competition. We all know that advocacy is the unique blend of academic excellence and practical knowledge. So, how to make a very good lawyer who is having in-depth knowledge in academic dimension, as well as how to convince his arguments before a court. This is one of the purpose for which actually every college nowadays is conducting moot court competition. This is our 16th national moot court competition. In the last year, in fact, 35 teams were ready for the moot court competition. But recent beyond our control, that is pandemic crisis, we are constrained to conduct national moot court competition in an online manner, and just 8 teams were participated. In this year also, because of the unforeseen contingencies which is still happening, we scheduled to conduct the competition in an online manner. 16 teams participated. This national moot court competition is in fact a national festival as far as our college is concerned. Every student is expected to involve in the celebration without spending much time. I am doing my duty as to deliver my welcome speech. Justice Muhammad Mushtaq sir, we know, is an expert in personal law, and he is having in his credit so many classic judgments. Just like a judgment where he stated that a mutual consent of divorce, once the parties is ready for mutual consent of divorce, subsequently a party cannot deviate from it. For this judgment regarding the right to hijab, and most importantly, Muslim personal law, with respect to Muslim personal law, the judgment of the learned judge that the right of a Muslim woman to invoke extrajudicial method of divorce are some of the great judgments the learned judge produced. Another important thing is that the judge is an expert in e-filing system, and interestingly, we are conducting a moot court in an online platform. So I'm very much happy and highly privileged to welcome the Lordship into this valedictory function, sir. Justice Suritu. May I welcome Justice Suritu, sir. Suritu, sir, is a student of Ernakulam Law College, so an alumni of our brother college. He was also a teacher, a part-time teacher of that college, then elevated to the status of a judge and adorned different posts in different dimensions. Vast and wide experience of that learned judge in different dimensions of his life. As a student in college, as a teacher in college, then as an administrator, as a registrar and administrator, now as a judge in the High Court. All his contribution is very valuable throughout. The learned judge also expressed his readiness and willingness to spend his precious time for the budding lawyers for the sake of the moot court society. I warmly welcome your lordship into this function. Justice Ajit Kumar sir is the alumni of this college, and we are very proud to say that the learned judge expressed his readiness to attend this function. He is also the elder brother of one of our colleagues, Valedictory sir, and apart from that, he is also the director of National Judicial Academy for a long period of time. These 3 judges played a very important role in the final. The most important thing is that they expressed their readiness to attend this valuable function, make this final a memorable event. So, for and on behalf of the Moot Court Society, I most respectfully welcome Ajit Kumar sir also into this valedictory function. Advocate Jayachandran sir is the chairman, is the former chairman of the Bar Council. He is also the president of Trivandrum Bar Association for a considerable long period of time. As an advocate, he played an important role in raising budding lawyers. He also takes strict actions against erring lawyers in his disciplinary committee. So, for and on behalf of the Moot Society, Trivandrum Government Law College, which is situated in Trivandrum under the jurisdiction of Trivandrum Bar Association, also most warmly welcome you, sir, into this function. In his absence, then Advocate Deveshan, sir, is the Vice President of our PTA, and he is the Standing Counsel of Public Service Commission. He played an important role in taking crucial decisions whenever our college faces crisis. So, all and on behalf of the Moot Society and all visitors, I welcome Advocate Deveshan, sir, into this function. It is only quite informally, I am welcoming the principal of our law college. Our principal, everybody knows, is a very humble, dedicated, and honest citizen. Apart from that, he is the parents' patriarch of our institution. So, and on behalf of the institution, for the sake of formality, I welcome the parent patriarch of our institution into this function. All the teachers, all the students played an important role in this function. But the most important thing is that teams from the length and breadth of this country, representing various cultures, enthusiastically participated in a problem involving personal law differences with the constitutional issues. I welcome all teams representing different parts of the nation who actively participated in the competition. Winning or losing is a different aspect, but the point is the spirit of the competition. Every team very valiantly fought. Our home team itself is very brilliantly coached and qualified. Unfortunately, as per the rule, they are constrained to eliminate them from the quarterfinal onwards, just to bring the principle that justice should not only be done, but manifestly and undoubtedly seems to be true. Therefore, from the quarterfinal onwards, our team is out. But every team participated in the competition, tried their level best, especially from the point of view of a student. So, for and on behalf of the Moot Society, I most happily welcome all participants in the competition. And lastly, the students of this college who played an important role in making this Moot competition a wonderful event, along with our faculties. For and on behalf of us, I welcome all the teachers and students, apart from all well-wishers who are watching this incident from different platforms at different places. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Vijay sir, for your words. Next, we'd like to invite the backbone of our institution, our inspiration, Dr. R. Vijaykumar sir, our principal, to deliver the presidential address.
Good evening to all. Honorable Justice Muhammad Mushtaq sir, Justice Sunil Thomas sir, Justice P. Jadid Kumar sir, Advocate K.P. Jayachandran, Advocate S. Rameshan sir, Union General Secretary Feroz, Meena Kumari, Vijay sir, dear participants. As we are all belong to one family, that is the legal fraternity. We all know that the greatest event, the prestigious event in any law institution is the national level Moot court competition. So this competition has 16th edition of this competition has came to an end. We are able to successfully complete this competition only because of the cooperation of the three sitting judges, honorable judges of the High Court, because it is the attraction of this event. Unlike any other competition in a law college, the greatest attraction is that the students are getting the first-hand opportunity to argue before sitting judges of the State High Court. That is a very prestigious aspect as far as the students are concerned. So also the participants from across our state, our country, different students from different states are attending this, participating in this competition. As welcome speaker said, about 16 teams, even in the midst of examination and closing of the academic session, 16 teams have managed to compete in this competition. And the judges who presided over the preliminary rounds have informed that many of the participants were extremely brilliant, they were very argumentative, stylish, and we are happy that we could offer a platform to all the students. And at this juncture, I, as a head of the institution, express my deep sense of gratitude to all the three sitting judges, because on even a phone call itself, all the three judges were very cooperative, they express their willingness to preside over it. As far as the High Court is concerned, this is the vacation about to be vacation period, and they are very busy with their judicial work. Even then, all the three judges were very magnanimous in extending their consent to preside over these finals. So also the participants, the teachers, volunteers, media, I express my sense of gratitude to all these persons. And last but not least, one of the attractions of the every moot court competition is the problem. If the problem is not good, the competition will not be as well. In every case, in a live case, if the case is not properly presented, if the case is not argumentative, it cannot be the result in the competition may not be very impressive. So in this respect, I mentioned the name of the welcome speaker, Vijay is the person who is the faculty who scripted the problem. I express my special thanks to Sri Vijay, Meena Kumari teacher, the coordinator, Kamima teacher, all the teachers, all the students. Without the cooperation of all these persons, we could not complete this program. And I, in advance, I extend my congrats to the winners and also the runners and all the participants. These viewers, I am stopping here. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to Honorable Judge Mohammed Mushtaq for the
Thank you, Dr. Biju Kumar, the president of today's valedictory function, Assistant Professor Vijay, my esteemed brothers, Justice Sunil Thomas and Justice Ajit Kumar, Additional Advocate General K.P. Jayendran, Advocate Ramesh, Fahad Mohammed Firoz, and Meena Kumari. Indeed, it is a pleasure for us to address through a virtual platform. In fact, I had been there on a couple of occasions for the part of Moot Court some 5 years or 6 years back. Today, because of advantage of the online platform, it's quite easy for us to attend the Moot Court. The problem said by the professor was so tough for the young budding lawyers, but they managed well in a way they could do it now. I just want to make certain remarks about the performance, not on the individual performance, but often I see in Moot Court. The students tend to become the prisoners of precedents. They always look at the precedents and begin their arguments and submissions. I think this approach is a bad approach as far as students is concerned. Of course, in our curriculum, we don't have an adjudicatory philosophy to be taught. Every law college or the university have their own constraints in having their own syllabus. I'm reminded of that. Many of you are aspiring to be a litigation lawyer. And nothing like there is a litigation lawyer. Maybe in the short-term gain, you may gain landing up with a job in corporate or some other sector. But if you ask me in the personal level, I think my brothers and also vouch for that. There is nothing like a litigation. And you will enjoy it once you are into it with heart and soul. To become a good, successful litigation lawyer, you must understand the basic and foundation of adjudication philosophy. The precedents, the judgments you rely are all outcome of such interpretation or ingenious argument raised by the lawyers at the bar, whether it be Keshavananda Bharati case you learned, or many cases you have learned in the constitutional law. There are different proponents of adjudicatory philosophy, whether it be H.L. Hart or his own disciple by Ronald Dawkins. They may have a different diametrical approach in the principles related to adjudication. Nevertheless, you also need to learn them also to understand how the principles have been developed, expounded in adjudicatory philosophy. I think law university, law schools also should focus on these principles, these areas of adjudicatory philosophy, prepare the young lawyers the path of litigation. And this is where they need to learn. So they lack understanding how the adjudicatory philosophy develops, and they fall into the trap created by lawyers, because the lawyers in litigation courtrooms, they simply rely on the judgments as easy walkover. That is the reason today we in courtrooms, we lack ideas. We lack arguments of substance. They would cite all the judgments and try to impress upon the judge. They have gone wrong. The future budding lines are also towing their line and going wrong. Justice is an abstract idea of virtue. And that is evolved through the historical evolution through various principles. Whether it be mercantile law or any law, you find that principles evolved somewhere in some places, and law recognizes it. And law is a reflection of the will, and that necessarily did not take into all circumstances that could not be contemplated in a particular time in frame. Even if you look at the constitutional law, you will find that there are different proponents. The proponents of original ideas who just want to interpret constitutional law in a times which has been enacted. There are different proponents who say that it is an organic document. It has to be interpreted in tune with the time. And that has been accepted in our constitutional philosophy. So my point on this is, youngsters, please focus on the principles on which law is made, how it is evolved through the period of history. This is the first remark I want to make. The use of the precedents or judgments is only secondary for you. Once you develop your arguments on ideas and principles, of course, for impress upon the court, you can rely on the precedents. The first thing you to learn in every law, that how the law have to develop in such a way as a norm, and what are the values which carried to express as a will of legislation. Second thing I want to convey to you, a relevance of a lawyer. Each period in the time, in the history, has its own way of molding the lawyer. If you look at the focus on the litigation level, when I became the lawyer, my brother became a lawyer, people were focused on certain disputes related to civil litigations, etc., or criminal. Of course, that was in the pre-constitutional era also. We may find such an example, the lawyers and litigations, etc. The constitution, post-constitutional scenario, you can find the relevance of a lawyer in a different term, the championing the cause. As propounded in the constitutions, more of a political theater and socio-political issues. So lawyers change and adapted themselves in tune with the time. Society is growing, nation is growing, The organic growth always is expected. We can't look at a society in a very static way and find that it would remain as such. Unfortunately, the lawyers are not prepared to change themselves along with the time. The two great changes have happened in this universe is one, the changes on onset of liberalization, where a lot of economic changes have been happened. Post-90s, we witnessed it in creating a market economy where the country is focusing on GDP, on its strength. The second big changes is happening through the technology. These are the two changes having an impact on our life. Lawyers always stood with people when it is impact on the life, whether it be social friend or political friend. But when their economic life has been impacted on account of policies, I'm not against the policies, but when it is impacted, lawyers have no answers for people who have been affected by such economic changes. The decision is taken up somewhere and imposed at the super norms. Maybe it's some larger international bodies that would have an impact on even the small farmers or agriculture in our nation. Life-saving drugs cost through international regulatory regimes. Somebody may have a monopoly. It has an impact on every aspect of our life. The economic changes. Where do you balance those changes within this constitutional scheme? How do you balance it? Constitution has got a philosophy of economics, but we were not able to develop a jurisprudence vis-a-vis economics and constitution. Who has to develop academics? The judges and lawyers are made consumers. This is one facet of it. The lawyers are not able to stand up with the society when there are changes has been affected because they have no idea about it. Similarly, technology's impact upon our life, we don't have answers. Till for the past many decades, we saw the laws. When there is a division of the humanity, and the laws have been made to sustain the relationship or create an equilibrium within different dimensions or different relationships, whether it be law related to laws or labor laws. When there is a different class, it's a law sustained it, whether it be land laws, etc. It's a law sustained it. But now what we are witnessing is not the division within the humanity, but machine on one hand, an animated world that would dictate our life. Machine would have impact on and penetrate on every walk of our life. Where do you balance? And machine one hand and human on other side. Great Israeli historian Yuval Harari called the Rubik class called useless class. Not because they are not skilled. They might be skilled, but they cannot adapt with the time. He is citing the example of drivers, the taxi drivers. They might be driving for cars long years, all of a sudden driverless cars off into the roads, and they become rendered jobless. In every walk of life, the machine will have a grip. The statements may not have an idea to bring laws, but lawyers and academics and us, we as a legal professional has to think of developing an ideas and laws on this line. Where do you find the jurisprudence? Where do you relate to the idea of justice in those circumstances? I think it is for the academics and lawyers and young budding lawyers to think about their relevance in the future. We had a past for us to guide. We groomed ourselves based on the past experience and laid by our predecessors. They expounded law, they interpreted law, we become simply consumer of it. The past was a guiding factor for us, for our generation, I would say. Young generation, we don't have nothing for you to offer. Past may be irrelevant for some time, maybe after a decade. For you, the future matters. Your relevance in the future depends how you conceive yourself about the future. For our relevance, how we adapt to the past. That's why we are able to withstand all the challenges. In legal profession, only certainty is uncertainty. Because of the past experience, the guiding factors made us lawyers or judges. But for you, we have nothing to offer. It's for you to create a space for you. The relevance depends how you conceive the future and make yourself adapt for that. That is the challenge offered for you. The moment you step out from the law schools, you tend to be stereotyped. You just adopt something else. You try to become a litigation lawyer, and many of have disdain for litigation for obvious reason. Our circumstances and surroundings are not maybe fitting to your standards. But that may not be a reason for at all. If you want to enjoy any profession, how do you mentally dispose to accept it or not? It's a matter, not the surroundings. Surroundings can be changed. Many smart lawyers think they should practice in High Court or Supreme Court, and the District Court or other trial courts are not fit to their standards. They are wrong. If you are opting for litigation, go to trial court first and learn yourself. You will learn the liberty and life of the people. That's, of course, that's a different aspect of my topic today. But my only request is to you, make yourself prepared for the future. Understand the future, how it evolves, whether it's economically or any other sphere, how it's being evolved, and prepare yourself for the challenge. That's where your success would lie. With this word, I conclude. I thank you one and all for inviting me to address you. Thank you, Jai Hind, and I congratulate both team for their excellent performance. Of course, in your standards, it's a good performance. Maybe in a standards, in the ordinary court may not be, but we just look at ourselves. When we were at the students, we don't have such kind of opportunity. We don't have such kind of platform to reflect. In that way, you were outsmarted us. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your wise and impactful words. Next, we'd like to invite Advocate S. Rameshan, Vice President, PTA, Government Law College Thiruvananthapuram, to felicitate the meeting.
Respected Principal Dr. R. Kumar sir, who presides the meeting, Honorable Mr. Justice Mohammed Mushtaq sir, Judge High Court of Kerala, Honorable Mr. Justice Sunil Thomas sir, Judge High Court of Kerala, Honorable Mr. Justice P.G. Ajit Kumar sir, Judge High Court of Kerala, Additional Advocate General and Bar Council Member Sri Advocate K.P. Jayachandran sir, College Union General Secretary Fahad Mohammad Firoz, Dr. Meena Gumari, Assistant Professor, Government Law College, Sri VGS, Assistant Professor, Government Law College, who welcomed all of us. Participants who have performed well in the competition, teachers, and my dear students. It's really a moment of extreme pride and pleasure for me for having got an opportunity to share this platform adorned by three eminent judges of the High Court of Kerala. I have had the opportunity to go through the various judgments pronounced by these eminent judges, and it is really a moment of extreme pleasure for me to share a meeting with them. Today, we are now concluding the 16th All India Moot Court competition for Justice V.R. Krishna Iyer Ever Rolling Trophy. We, the advocates, judges, and law students, are swept off by our feet hearing the name of Justice V.R. Krishna Iyer. He was such a great visionary, a great social reformer, a great politician, and probably one of the most eminent judges of the Supreme Court of India. His lordship was a minister in the 1957 EMS-led ministry, and his lordship was probably the first politician turned to be a judge of the Supreme Court of India. I mean, a minister later becoming the Supreme Court judge. And his lordship, Justice V.R. Krishna Iyer, probably have pioneered the legal aid system in our country. He was a great human activist. Apart from being a great judge of the Supreme Court, his lordship was a real crusader for the cause of the downtrodden. And this competition is organized in the name of such an eminent legal luminary, Justice V.R. Krishna Iyer. And especially it is being hosted by Government Law College Thiruvananthapuram. And the Government Law College Thiruvananthapuram has also played a very crucial role in giving birth to many great jurists, including Justice including Sri M.R. Madhav Menon, N.R. Madhav Menon. And Sri N.R. Madhav Menon was not only a student of this institution, but he was a student editor and a full-time worker and a student leader of Government Law College during 1957. And I had opportunity to listen to the arguments advanced by some of the participants. I am really wonderstruck to hear the beautiful performance, the wonderful performance, hear the beautiful arguments rendered by the participants. Sometimes they rose to the level of senior advocates, even though the fact remains that they are now only law students. Their erudition, their deep knowledge in law, and their capacity to present their ideas, all these things reassure us that the future of the justice delivery system, the legal profession in our country, is not at all bleak. We will have a very bright future in legal profession, provided these eminent students, eminent law students will choose to be in the legal profession. But I fear many of the talents, many of the eminent students of these times choose to be professionals, choose to be workers or employees of corporates. That by choosing a profession under the corporates, employment under the corporates, they may get a better salary, they may have better environment, they may have better prospects. But my humble request to the budding students is to remain in the field of legal profession and do their best to serve the society. Because it is probably the best profession that enable people to serve the society and do something for the society and do something for the downtrodden and the underprivileged. And with this request to the budding genius, those who participated in the competition and the law students, I conclude, I take this opportunity to congratulate the participants and the forthcoming winners. Once again, I thank you, the college authorities who gave me an opportunity to share this platform. Thank you. Thank you for.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your inspiring words. Next, I invite our beloved General Secretary, Fahad Mohammad Firoz, College Union, Government Law College Thiruvananthapuram, to felicitate the meet.
Honorable Judges of the High Court of Kerala, Mr. Justice A. Mohammad Mushtaq, Mr. Justice P.G. Ajit Kumar, Mr. Justice Sunil Thomas, our dear Principal Dr. R. Bijukumar sir, the teachers, and all the other crew members. Our college, which has produced some of the finest in its 150-year history, has embarked on hosting its 16th All India Moot Court Competition 2022 for Justice V.R. Krishnaya Ever-Rolling Trophy. Our college has a tradition that stands par with some of the best law colleges in India, the likes of GLC Mumbai, home to many of the finest, including the late Dr. N.R. Madhava Menon, Justice Fatima Biwi, and a number of politicians, bureaucrats, and many others who have prospered across, have set their mark in their respective fields. And it is only fitting that it continues its tradition to this day. About the competition now, the format of the whole competition points to the unbiased nature in conducting the event. 16th All India Moot Court Competition 2022 for Justice V.R. Krishnaya Ever-Rolling Trophy has been marked by the exceptional performances of all the participating students and for being highly competitive. There has been good participation even though the event is conducted in online mode. What I believe is that it is not winning or losing, but the participation that matters, or we are able to imbibe, to study, to give, and the experience that comes with it that matter. Finally, in the name of the Union 2021-22, in the name of the College Union 2021-22, I'd like to extend all the best wishes to the participants, the teachers, and all the crew members who have been part of it. Thank you.
Thank you, Fahad, for your words. Next off, we'll be moving on to the prize distribution. I'd like to invite Honorable Mr. Justice A. Mohammad Mushtaq sir to give the first prize. The first prize is for the Justice V.R. Krishnaya Ever-Rolling Trophy, Gaurav V. Kumar Memorial GLCT, the PTA sponsored trophy, the Advocate N. Rajagopal Memorial Trophy, the Advocate Shasta Gopalan Govindan Pillai Memorial Trophy, and VP Pillai Ever-Rolling Trophy.
I have to announce from here.
Yes, sir. The first prize, the best first prize.
We'll start from the best student advocate, right?
Sure, sir.
The last.
Okay.
No, so please announce the winner of the competition first. So would you please announce the winner of the competition first? The trophies that have been called were for the winner of the competition.
Okay, right. Thank you. Best team. Best team. That's what you written, right? The winner, you means best team.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
The best team is a Kerala Law Academy Law College.
Congratulations, team, for the victory. Now, for the second place, for the Ashokan Memorial Trophy, the Wardens Ever-Rolling Trophy, Principals Ever-Rolling Trophy, and Bar Association's Ever-Rolling Trophy.
Second best team is the Symbiosis Law School, Hyderabad. The next in order, best student advocate.
Yes, sir, the best student advocate.
Best student advocate, Mohammad Rasik Raza Pahanvi, Faculty of Law, Jamia Millia Islamia. The second best student advocate, Shilpa Sajeevan, Margaret Law College, Trivandrum. Best researcher, Lakshmi Ramesh, Kerala Law Academy, Law College, Trivandrum. Last, the best memorials, Symbiosis Law School, Hyderabad. All the best to the winners. There are no losers. All reckons for your own merits.
Thank you, sir. Congratulations to all the winners. Next, we'd like to invite Dr. Meena Kumari, ma'am, for the word of thanks.
Thank you, Vaibha. Honorable Mr. Justice Mushtaq, sir. Honorable Mr. Justice Sunil Thomas, sir. Honorable Mr. Justice P.G. Ajit Kumar, sir. Dignitaries on and off the dais, the virtual platform. For the past one academic year, actually 2 academic years, if there has been something certain, then it has been uncertainty. This year, we didn't know how the classes are going to be conducted. You had the first wave, second wave, third wave, and whatnot waves to come along. The students and faculties have been shuttling between online and offline classes. So it has been a question whether to conduct the competition at all. Whether the situation would be conducive for the conduct of the competition. Though so many questions were ahead of us when we were thinking about the conduct. At the last moment, we came to the conclusion that before you, there is a trophy, the ever-rolling trophy in the name of the greatest social activist and the luminary, the legal luminary, Honorable Justice V.R. Krishnaiyer. And how can we not conduct a competition in the name of Honorable Justice V.R. Krishnaiyer? So at the very last moment, we had launched the problem, we invited the teams, and to our surprise, we got such a great response, such a great participation that we didn't anticipate. So that what began at the second week of February, now it has culminated in the second week of March. And we are at the end of the competition, at the end of the valedictory function. And let me move on to my job. On behalf of the Moot Court Society, Government Law College Thiruvananthapuram, and on all behalf of us assembled here, I express my sincere gratitude to Honorable Mr. Justice Mohammad Mushtaq, sir, for the valedictory address and also for those enlightening words. Thank you, sir. On behalf of Government Law College Thiruvananthapuram and all of us assembled, I express our sincere gratitude to Honorable Mr. Justice Sunil Thomas, sir, and Honorable Mr. Justice P.G. Ajit Kumar, sir, who in fact, we are very proud to say are our own alumni. On behalf of all of us assembled here, we express our sincere gratitude to both the Honorable Justices. As an institution, not just an institution, any vessel, let it be rustic or let it be sophisticated, the way it moves, the movement, the pace, everything will be decided by whoever anchors it. So for our institution, the way we are moving, the one and only person responsible for it is the one who anchors it, our beloved Biju Kumar sir. As a matter of formality, on behalf of all of us assembled here, let me express my sincere gratitude to our beloved principal Biju Kumar sir. Thank you, sir. On our dear friend and patron, Shri Advocate K.P. Jayachandran sir has not been able to be present due to some technical problem. But even in his absence, for all the support that he has given to our institution, I express our sincere gratitude to you, sir. We are fortunate. Government Law College Thiruvananthapuram has been fortunate that we have a PTA who always stand by our side whenever any task is being undertaken. We, on behalf of all of us assembled and on behalf of the Moot Court Society, I express my sincere gratitude to Advocate Rameshan sir and all the members of the PTA. Finally, as I said, when we decided that we are going ahead with the conduct of the competition, we really didn't know how it is going to be managed. But at the right moment, we had a college union coming up, spearheaded by our extremely hardworking. In fact, for the past 1 or 2 days, he has been standing in the college wearing the same dress. Our college union chairman, Ashwin Ashok, the vice chairman, Mekha Suresh, General Secretary Firoz, and all other members of the college union who have taken untiring efforts to make this event a grand success. On behalf of the Moot Court Society, I express my sincere gratitude to all members of the college union for standing behind with us in this in the conduct of this competition. And finally, this was all possible because all the faculties of the college, they stood as one team. In fact, if there is no teamwork, there cannot be an All India Moot Court competition. I've been knowing it for the past so many years of conducting it, how important it is to have a teamwork. Each and every one of my faculty, every one of the faculty members of this institution, in fact, I wish to take each one of them by name, but due to paucity of time, I'm not doing it. Of course, from the problem creator, Vijay sir, to the coordinator, Hamima, my beloved Hamima, to each and every faculty who has put in their day and night together to make this event a grand success, I express my sincere gratitude to each and every one of you. Now, this competition would not have been possible without two souls. In fact, two people from, I used to tell him that, see, it's a mistake that I said that you are going to be the student convener, because from the moment I said that till the last moment, he has not even allowed me to sleep. Even the night at 12 o'clock in the night, he'll say, brochure is ready, ma'am, please have a check. So there's the student conveners of the competition who have actually not slept from the time this is being arranged, from the time this has gone into the notification, the announcement has come. Beloved Kalyani Pichu and Vivek Virajan, the student conveners of the competition, on behalf of the Moot Court Society and the organizing committee, I express my sincere gratitude to two of my kids for all the effort that they have put in. Finally, this competition would not have been a success for that team. No, the team not only consists of the faculties, it is the team of students who are the heart and soul of every competition, every event that happens in an institution. From the kiddos of first year to the jagos of the final year, my entire team of students have stood together to make this competition a grand success, day in, day out. So I'm extremely happy for the great team effort that they have put in. I cannot, the students, they themselves grouped into student conveners and joint conveners, each and every one of you. From the bottom of my heart, I express my sincere gratitude on behalf of the Moot Court Society and Government Law College. They've carried the tradition of Government Law College together in organizing a neat, transparent and accountable Moot Court competition. Thank you, my kids, for all the effort that you have put in. Finally, it is all possible because of the participation. As I said, even we wondered by the participation that we researched. So on behalf of the Moot Court Society, I congratulate all the participants who have participated in this event. Of course, we are hopeful that if everything is settled and the uncertainty is changed, we'll have the grand gala of an offline Moot Court competition as we used to have. And as I'm also always hopeful, I expect the participants all the esteemed institutions to participate in the next edition of the All India Moot Court competition. I also express my sincere thanks to the non-teaching staff of this college who have also put in extreme hard work in making this event a grand success. Thank you each and every one of the office staff. Finally, I conclude my words by saying expressing my thanks to the media fraternity who have definitely carried the words forward, and they have given the kind of coverage to the humble endeavors of this government institution. So I thank all the members of the media fraternity. Thank you each and every one of you. And let's hope that we assemble for another grand, the 17th All India Moot Court Competition 2023. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, ma'am. I now request all of you to stand up for the national anthem.
Thank you all. Thank you everyone for participating.